Are you tired of hearing people say, I'm so OCD? Let's talk all about that. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels, and I'm a child therapist, and I make videos for kids with anxiety and OCD. Today I want to talk to you about how to handle those comments from ignorant people using the word OCD in the wrong way. I hear this all the time in my practice, and it's damaging because it makes kids feel shamed, it makes them feel angry, it does not create really good warm feelings for you and the other person who's making those comments. So what are you supposed to do when someone maybe you like, someone that you value, maybe even someone you respect, like a teacher, tells you they're so OCD? I think the first thing to realize is that almost everybody who makes comments like that have no idea that they're inaccurate and that they're insulting. They don't realize they're insulting other people, and they don't realize that OCD is not the stereotype that they are propagating. And so it's important to remember that this is coming from ignorance and not purposeful harm. So I think a lot of us get a knee-jerk reaction, a cringy reaction that creates some rage or annoyance at that person. And instead, we have to say to ourselves, I have an opportunity right now to, one, educate them on what OCD really is, or two, not let this impact me and ruin my day or ruin how I see myself or my disorder because this person's making a stupid comment. And it depends on your personality type which way you're going to go. And it depends on who's making the comment, because if it's a really good friend or a really close relative, then you're going to want to take the time to explain to them what OCD is and what it isn't, and how those comments can kind of impact people in a really negative, hurtful way. Now, if it's just some guy behind you in class, you may or may not want to take the effort to explain that to somebody. It just depends on your personality. So if you are a big advocate and you are brave and empowered and you're okay with confrontation and you want to explain to the world what OCD is versus what it isn't, more power to you. We need more people like you in the world. So if somebody makes a comment like that, I wouldn't go at them with anger because they just don't understand, but I would go at them with education. Hey, maybe you don't really know what OCD is, but it's not just about cleanliness and germs. OCD actually could be about a lot of things. It's just about an obsessive thought and a compulsion where you have to do something. So you have to also determine, is this person making a flippant joke? Or do they really even care what OCD is? So should I take the time to educate them, or are they going to just mock it? Or is this a person who seems educated and made a comment, not a jokey comment, but made a comment, and it just was lacking intelligence? So maybe I'm going to take the time to explain that to that person. Hey, you're not really so OCD because OCD doesn't look like that. Or, oh, you have OCD? What other symptoms? Because I have OCD too. It really depends on your personality. But I think there's some of us who are not confrontational and maybe more introverted, maybe shy, and we're not going to want to educate the world. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be your job, so you don't want to feel guilty. But you also don't want to internalize that and feel really angry and hurt by a person because you're not saying anything. I think the important thing to remember is this is a person who doesn't get it. And so they don't realize that they're offending you. They don't realize they're being ignorant. They don't understand OCD. Unfortunately, in social media and in movies and shows, they are showing OCD in a very stereotypical way most of the time. Sometimes we're getting a little bit more accurate, but a lot of the time it's done in a very stereotypical way, and it perpetuates, it continues that stereotype and that myth of what OCD is versus what it actually is. And so people make comments thinking it's based in reality, and it's not. So they're not trying to hurt you. Most of them probably don't even know that you have OCD, and most of them have no idea what OCD is. The next time you hear one of those comments, ask yourself, do I want to educate this person? 2, are they gonna get it? And 3, is it worth my time? And if the answer is no, 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 then you take that anger, you throw it away, you move on with your day. It's not worth it. For those of you that are on a mission to explain OCD to everyone you see, I'm with you. I think that's awesome. Education is key. So I hope all of you have a wonderful day, and I hope you don't hear too many of those comments. And if you do, don't carry that anger because it's not worth it. It's not worth hurting you. because OCD is actually a lot more common than people realize. People just don't go around advertising they have it. So you are not alone. And even if it seems like there's a sea of people who think it's funny, there's also a sea of people who are suffering along with you. They're just quiet. So I hope you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I will talk to you next Thursday.